Okay.
All right, kids. Hare Krishna. First of all, welcome to today's class.
Hare
Are
Krishna,
you enjoying your
Mataji.
classes so far? Did you learn a lot from Mahabharat?
Yes.
You did. Anybody remembers what did you learn last week?
Yes.
In yesterday's class, yes.
Mahabharata. Yes, Mataji.
What did you
Yes,
learn in
Mataji.
yesterday's class? Anything do you remember from yesterday's class?
I remember something from yesterday's class.
What do you remember?
Do not be envious.
Very nice. Beautiful. So, I totally understand that you are paying attention to the classes and you're also trying to derive some kind of moral from the class, right?
I
We're going to
remember
do the exact
something
same thing
from
today.
yesterday's class.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yesterday it said that if you see your friend having something that you want to have, you're not supposed to get envious of it. You just have to think that Krishna gave money to them because they did something good.
Awesome.
I
So,
know
you
one
are right.
Mataji.
Yes.
I know. So we also sang a song about Narsim.
Very nice. So, I got it. Very nice, kids. Looks like you're paying attention. We're going to do the exact same format today also, right? One thing is we're going to talk about a small portion from a chapter from Mahabharata. All right, that is what we're going to do. Towards the end of that, end of that presentation, we will have an interactive session wherein I'm going to ask you what did you learn from today's class, right? So pay attention so that we can have that good discussion.
When you
And
are
then,
class, I will go to the break room.
oh, that's in the break room?
No, it will for the younger kids. I'll take the break room. You do the actually with the older kids.
I can barely hear you, Mataji.
No, I'm taking the younger kids in the break room. You do the discussion with the older
Okay,
kids.
perfect, perfect. So younger kids go to the break room and elder kids stay here, and we will have the discussion on what we learned from today's class. Now, finally, as a part of the activity, we do different things, right? But today's class is all about baking, right? So we're gonna bake something very interesting later on. So let's get started with our today's class. You know the agenda, you know the drill. We're gonna start with the prayers today. Prayers are on your screen, and I really like everybody doing it with me. So let's do it together. I want every single kid to recite these prayers with me. All right? So let's start.
Krishna Hare Krishna Rama Hare Rama Namaste Saraswate Namaste Shri Gurave Namo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Chaitanya Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Namaste Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
You did pretty good, kids. I really enjoyed chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and the prayers with you very well. All right, so let's move on to today's class. Mataji, do you do this? Or...
నేను లోపలి చేతి వాళ్ళకి
Pashyanti Pareshu.
I want to do
I'm gonna put kids, I'm gonna move you to, I'm gonna put all of you to mute so that I can talk.
Then
Mataji, are you going to do this slides?
Yeah.
Thank you, Mataji. Yeah, I'll do it. Pashyati Pareshu Dosanasat api Janaha Satopi Naivagunan Vipritam Idam Swasmin Mahima Mohanaja Naseshaya. The wicked tend to focus only on the flaws of even the best individuals, but when it comes to themselves, they remain blind to their own shortcomings and believe that no one is as virtuous as they are. How delusional can one get, right? So that's what happens with individual. The kind of personalities we are, we see the same in others, right? And we do not realize the flaws in us, but we keep, you know, judging others for what they are. This is such a beautiful quote here. All right, with that, let's start with today's class. So today's class is all about what we discussed yesterday. Most of you already remember what we discussed yesterday. Now we are at a point when Pandavas go on exile. So they are sent to forest for 14 years. And after that, the whole Kurukshetra war happens, right? So they are going to forest. And that is where we're starting our today's class from. And that's the only topic we are discussing today. So Pandavas are going to go forest and what happens there. What are the different kind of prophecies are talked about, how he copes up with his situation, he and his brothers, and Draupadi copes up with the situation, and how do they cope up with rishis and answer what their questions are and things like that. So everything is about them being in forest when they are on exile. So Pandavas are sent to forest because they have everything has been taken from them after that game. So they started for the forest, but Dhritarashtra is so anxious right now. And why is he anxious? Because he knows, even though he was supporting his son Duryodhana, he knew at the bottom of his heart that something has gone wrong. What has happened in the assembly was wrong too. What has happened with Draupadi and Pandavas was also wrong. He knew it, right? So he was very anxious about what's going to happen now, right? Since he knows Pandavas are very powerful. Every single person, basically Arjun, Bhim, Yudhishthir, talk about anybody, they themselves are so powerful. They all have unique skills and they are so powerful. Anytime if they want, they can defeat us, right? So he was anxious. And in his anxiety, he calls Vidura, because now he's worried. What's going to happen to his son? What happens after this? What would Pandav do? And then all those kind of questions were making him very anxious. So he calls Vidura. Now he is asking Vidura, okay, Pandavas have already left this place. Now what is happening? How are they going? What is happening around them? And all those kind of questions he has. Wait, let's just make this all right. So now Vidura is talking to Dhritarashtra about Pandava's departure from the city. And he's saying that Yudhishthir has covered his face in sorrow and suppressed anger. Yudhishthir is very angry, but he has covered his face. He is so much in rage right now. We all know whatever Yudhishthir has done, or whatever decision he has taken in that assembly is all virtuous, right? It is all that a Kshatriya should do, right? He had to accept those things and he had to do those things. He did it. But again, at the bottom of his heart, he knows that what has happened to his brothers, himself, uh, Draupadi is not right. He knew it. So he was full of rage at this point. So he covered his face completely, and he was not even looking at the citizens of the kingdom, because he was so full of rage. He thought that if he would look at them, something would go wrong, right? He did not want them to look at the citizen that way, because definitely citizens have not done anything wrong. It was only Kurus. It was only Duryodhana and everybody else there. So he wasn't raged, but he did not look at anybody else. At the same time, Bhima. Now, this is all Vidura is talking about. So Bhima looked at his mighty arms, and then he's vowing vengeance. So he is also, everybody's angry right now. We know that. Everybody is full of rage right now, but they are in so much in self-control that they are not showing their anger, but they know what they can do, right? So Bhim knows he is so powerful that nobody can, nobody can be victorious on him. He is so unbeatable. Arjuna was scattering sands that symbolizes countless future arrows. So we know Arjuna is so good, so skillful in bow and arrow, kind of a thing. So what he is doing right now, he's scattering the sands in such a way it looks like that in future, when he would meet Kauravas again, he would be able to, shoot thousands and thousands of arrows towards them, that he would kill everybody. So that is what it depicts. Sahadev smeared dirt for anonymity, and Nakula covered himself to avoid unwanted attention. So Sahadev and Nakula, who are the youngest one of the Pandavas, they also, covered themselves with dirt or ashes, so that they're kind of invisible. Nobody can see them. The shame they have put on themselves. They don't want anybody to see that. Now Draupadi is in tears. And she's in tears because we know what happened, right? What she had gone through, the whole process. So she is the one who is in tears. Her hair are scattered. She's in bad shape right now, and that's how she's walking. Dhaumya uttered fearful mantras predicting the Kaurava's demise. So Dhaumya, who's also is with them right now, and he is chanting, not chanting all fearful kind of mantras, right? Mantras that clearly show that he's chanting those mantras on Kauravas, because what he's seeing is Kauravas are going to be killed one day, and he knows that's going to happen in future. So it is not about how ashamed Pandavas are, it's all about what future Kauravas are going to hold for themselves. Now, the city is already all the citizens are already mourning because Pandavas are leaving. We all know that Maharaj Yudhishthir and Pandavas in general were great rulers, right? Yudhishthir along with Pandavas were great ruler. So they did not want them to go, right? They were very happy when they were ruling. Nature reflected, they applied lightning, trembling. So all these are the sign of something has gone wrong, right? That kind of indication. It was all unnatural at that time. The wind shouldn't be blowing so with a speed. There should not be any lightning or trembling earth or eclipse. Anything of that should not be happening at that time, but all that happened. And that was the indication that what has happened here is all wrong. Animals are crying. So Vidura warned Dhritarashtra that these signs foretold their race's destruction, a result of king's own choices, right? So Vidur is telling Dhritarashtra that all these signs that we are seeing, which are so unnatural right now, they are telling you that your race is going to end soon. Now, Kauravas, there are 100 of sons, right? Yudhishthira had 100 sons, but he's saying that you wouldn't have anybody left to rule, this kingdom, or your race is going to end. And these are the indications of that. Now, at the same time, Narad also appears there, right? And he shares the prophecy he has. He says after 14 years, and he tells this to, he's saying this to Dhritarashtra, that after 14 years, Bhim and Arjun will destroy Kauravas due to what Duryodhan has done right now.
I think after 13 years, this one. Sorry, I just.
Yeah, thank you. So they're going to destroy it. And this is the prophecy Narad made. And then his words gripped the Kurus with fear, right? Because I think everybody knew they were doing wrong and they wanted to do wrong, right? It was all intentional, but they knew they have done something wrong. And Pandavas are so powerful. If they want to do something, they can move mountains. They knew it. So they all were scared when Narad said this prophecy. They all were so scared. They knew the war is coming upon them. Now, since um, Pandavas cannot come back right now, right? Because they've been on exile right now. So they will fulfill that because they're Kshatriyas. And even though everybody's Kshatriya here, but they are Kshatriyas who would do what they have committed, right? Anything that they have promised that they will do, that those kind of Kshatriyas. So they know they're not coming back right now, but they will come back in future when their exile time is over, and they will come and gonna fight with them. So, with Narada's prophecy, everybody was so scared that they reached out to Drona immediately. They reached out to Drona and they told Karan, Shakuni, Duryodhan, they reached out to Drona and asked them to command their army. So they wanted to start preparing for the war that would come anytime. Well, Duryodhana, because he's doing wrong and he is basically kind of cheating, right? Pandavas don't do that. So he did not know when Pandavas would come back and fight with them. So he actually wanted to prepare their army for the war whenever it comes, whenever Pandavas come back. So Drona accepted out of duty, knowing the divine Pandavas were vulnerable, and he too was fated to die. So Drona knew, even though he accepted the offer of commanding the army, Kuru's army, he knew that this would precisely mean that he's gonna die too. He knew that Pandavas are not defeatable. So Kurus are going to be defeated. He will also die. And another reason he knows that he's going to die because uh, Drupad's son was born to kill Dron, right? So he was born to kill Dron, and Drupad's son is actually supporting Pandavas. So he knew that his son is going to be there in the war and he's going to kill me. So looking at everything, it's not going to be an happy ending. Kurus are going to die. I'm also going to die. But I am at a position that I cannot refuse to accept this role, right? I still have to command the army, so I'm going to take that. So he took it, even though he knew what's going to come. And that is what I think something that you kids you would have seen yesterday and day before yesterday's class, that even though people like highly influential people like Dronacharya, um, who else? Interesting, I can't remember the name. Anyways, there are a lot of influential people who wanted to support Pandavas. They just could not. And why they could not? Because they are with Kurus now, right? They are with the kingdom right now. So anybody who rules the kingdom, they have to support that. So even though they did not like what was happening, but they had to support. It's the same situation. The Dronacharya had to accept this role. So Dhritarashtra, consumed by anxiety, sought solace from his wise secretary Sanjaya. Now, after hearing all that from Vidura, he pretty much knew what's going to happen. But he always, as we know, reaches out to Sanjaya, who is his close friend, and he always gives him wise advices, right? So he reached out to him. He called him. And then Sanjaya frankly stated the king's fault in allowing the hostility to escalate, right? So he's the one who politely, but he clearly told him that all this has happened because of fear. You are the one who invited Pandavas here. You are the one who did not support Pandavas when things were going wrong. You are the one who was so blinded by your own son from the time he was born, right? The only thing you wanted him to rule, and you did everything wrong for him to rule the kingdom. So you are at fault. He explained how fate often blinds those destined for defeat, making evil appear as good. Yeah. Sanjaya recounted Draupadi's profound humiliation, dragged into assembly hall while vulnerable, right? So whatever had happened with Draupadi, we have already heard about it in last couple of classes. He said that was a big humiliation, right? In front of assembly, in front of so many people. misbehaving with Draupadi was not the right act to do. He warned that her immense suffering would unleash the Pandavas' power. Now, even though Pandavas left, they had to. We just talked about it. Even they had to leave, but that does not mean the anguish that they had, or the humiliation that Draupadi had to go through. They have not ignored that. They know that has happened, and they know that they cannot settle with this, right? If this has happened with Draupadi, which was so humiliating, one day they will have to do something about it, right? Right now, they cannot do it, but one day they will have to. And they know that this will create so much rage in Pandavas that they will come back. Dhritarashtra, despairing, feared none of his son would survive Draupadi's pain, anguish. He knows that Dhritarashtra by this time knows that now none of his son would survive because of what they have done to Draupadi. As Pandavas left, citizens openly condemned Kuru rule, beginning to join their beloved heroes. So, as we just talked, that citizens were very, very loyal to Pandavas, right? Um, they liked how they ruled the kingdom and everything. They liked their personality. They liked how they took care of the citizens. So, the only thing they did at that time is that they were against the Kuru dynasty or Kuru ruling the country or kingdom. So they were literally condemning them, and they were begging Pandavas that they should join them, right? They want to stay with Pandavas. They want to go wherever the Pandavas go. They just want to be with them. They did not want any kind of um, bad thing to come to them, right? Because since they know Kurus have not done right, so they knew anything, any havoc that will break upon them, these citizens are going to be a part of that, and they did not want to be part of this because they were not responsible for it. And at the same time, they always were very, very loyal to Pandavas. So they wanted to be with Pandavas. They wanted to be in that kind of an environment with Pandavas, wherein they only do the sacred stuffs, not, not these kind of activities. But Yudhishthir, he was deeply touched by their loyalty, but he humbly asked them to still remain in Hastinapur. And he had a reason why he said that to them, because he wanted them to take care of Bhishma, Vidur, and Kunti, because somebody should be there to take care of them, right? Since they would not be around. So they asked them to stay there and take care of all of them. By dusk, they reached, river Ganges. They bathed there and they were resting under a great banyan tree. So they kept moving as they were getting out of Hastinapur and moving towards the forest. They reached the river Ganges. This is where they took bath. They took shelter under a banyan tree, and the name of the banyan tree is something which I can remember right now. But they took shelter under the banyan tree. And after that, they lit the sacred fire. They were chanting Vedic mantras, which was very soothing to Pandavas. Now we have to understand the kind of mental state they all are in, right? They've gone through so much of humiliation. The only thing, but these are so pious people. They are pious. Pandavas were very pious, and that is why the only thing that is soothing them right now is doing the Vedic mantras, the sacred fire, and all this kind of stuff. They are just not thinking of anything else at this point. They are surrounded by the holy men, and the brothers shone with renewed spiritual radiance. So all the rishis all are there with them, and they are enjoying that time. Now, since some Brahmins have come with Pandavas, Yudhishthira is very concerned about that. Yudhishthira is thinking that before we enter the deep forest, I know that since I'm in a situation that I cannot provide for everybody. I cannot provide for all the Brahmins who are following me. There was a time when I was able to provide thousands of Brahmins at the same time, but now is the situation that everything is taken from me. How would I do that? So he started talking to Shaunaka Rishi, and he said that I won't be able to do it. There was a time I was able to do it, but now I won't be able to do it. Everything that we're going to do, we are going to do it ourselves. We lost everything. We would be mostly surviving on the fruits or roots and things like that, which we get from the forest. And the forest is full of dangerous animals. and serpents and things like that. So I would not be able to provide for you. And at the same time, it is so dangerous. So I want you all to not come with us any further into the deep forest. But Shaunaka Rishi assured him and insisted that you don't have to worry about our food. We will take care of it. We will source our own food. We will take care of everything. We just still want to be with you so that we can provide you with spiritual support. Because the kind of mental state Pandavas are in right now, um, if they are constantly around rishis who are giving them spiritual gyan or who are chanting spiritual mantras and all, that will calm them down, that will give them the right guidance and path forward, right? Because right now they are in a very different state of mind, and that is the only reason why Shaunka Rishi wanted to be with them, even though they know that whatever they have to go through, they would still come. And um they probably. So, seeing Yudhishthir's despair, Shaunka imparted Vedic wisdom. Only the arrogant are overwhelmed by grief and fear. And this is such a beautiful quote. He says here that only people who are ignorant, they get scared of things, right? They get scared. Now, the way Yudhishthir was acting at this point, which Yudhishthir does not, right? He's saying, oh, how would I provide you with the food? How would I do this? How would I take care of this? And things like that. So Shaunka is very clear here, and he says that it's the stage you are in, and that's why you're thinking like that. Only ignorant people get overwhelmed by these things, right? Others don't. So you don't have to worry about anything. I'm actually looking at the quote. Yes. Um, so he taught that attachment to material desires is the root cause of suffering, advocating for contentment. He urged Yudhishthir to abandon all desires for wealth, as true happiness came from within. He's talking to him about um, abandoning all material desires, wherein Yudhishthira is saying, I do not need anything for myself, right? I only need all this so that I can provide to you and I can provide to my family, and I do not need any material. I don't have any material desires for myself. But Shaunka Rishi is explaining him that, when we have material desires, this is the cause of all the sufferings. So you should not have any kind of material desires. Yeah, I found it. All right. So Shankar Rishi said this: 1,000 causes of grief and 100 causes of fear overwhelm the ignorant day by day, but they never overwhelm those who are learned, right? Such a beautiful quote. So people who are learned, people who know their wisdom, people who have the wisdom, people who know their path, they will never be overwhelmed by these things, right? So that is what he was saying. And he's also saying that the root cause of suffering is the attachment to matter. And that attachment can destroy anybody, even attachment with just one thing. We hear that so often in ISKCON as well, right? Attaching ourselves or detaching ourselves, right? You all know that. So that is the biggest problem. Once you're attached to something, you keep working on it. It could be anything, it could be a car, it could be anything, right? You just get attached and then you keep working to getting that, and then it's a cycle and it never ends. So he is urging Yudhishthira to abandon all the desires for wealth, as the true happiness comes from within. If you're happy from inside, you don't need any materialistic thing to make you happy. And he advised him to promote freedom from material desire as part to virtue. Mhm. Yudhishthira's householder dilemma. Now, whatever he just heard, he's fine, right? He's fine with that. He knows that. But as as a head of the household, he has certain duties towards his family, right? And he's saying, how would I do that? How would I support that without the wealth? If I don't have any monetary wealth, or if I don't have anything, how would I support them? How would I even give them food, right, to survive? That's the bare minimum we need. So Shonka explained that men often mistake gratification for happiness and they are blinded by desire. Now, we do not know that, and that is why we think that anything that we desire is what is going to give us happiness, but doesn't mean, and you have seen it, kids, you must have seen it many times. Sometimes you say, oh, if I have this, I'll be very happy. But once you have it, and you have it for some, and when you have it, you're very happy too. I'm not denying that. But in some time, you will see something else, and then your happiness is gone again. And you will say, oh, now I need this, and that will make me happy. So it's a rut, right? It's just a cycle that never ends. And that is why it is important for us to know what we really, really want instead of, you know, just running behind something or chasing something that is more materialistic. So it needs to be more spiritual, as he's saying, even your, even your happiness is within you. And Shaunka, he advised Yudhishthir to focus on yoga and austerity, stating that spiritual power would enable them to support the Brahmins. Right? So this is all he should be doing, focusing on yoga and austerity and working on his spiritual power. That is what he needs right now. And he says that having achieved success in his householder life, to now concentrate on these things. And through his resulting spiritual power, he would then be able to support the Brahmins as well, right? This is all you have to do. Don't run behind the material thing. Everything would work. Then he understood. Yudhishthir completely understood what the Brahmins are saying. But now he started talking to Dhaumya. He said, okay, I understood. I should not be running behind the materialistic things, because my aim to get the material things is to support my family and support the Brahmins. Now he's talking to Dhaumya and saying that, what should I do? I still have to provide for my family. We don't even have food. So how do we do that? So Dhaumya, and still desiring the means to maintain the things. So Dhaumya said that you should worship sun god. And he said there was a time where, there was no food on the earth. So sun, along with moon, they got the rain and they got everything. And then um, there was so much food on earth. So sun can do that for you. Sun god can still do it for you. So you should worship sun god. Now all the brothers, along with Yudhishthira, realize that they have to worship sun god, and then only they can then they can get what they're looking for, right? So providing for the family, basically. So Yudhishthir, uh, so Yudhishthir did a lot of austerities. Dhaumya told him that he should Dhaumya gave Yudhishthir 108 names of sun and Vedic prayers, and Yudhishthir entered the Ganges, fasted for days, controlled his breathing, and continuously praised the sun god. So he did those austerities for a few days. He kept worshipping Lord Sun, and then finally, Lord Sun appeared, and then granting miraculous copper plate that would provide inexhaustible food. So sun god appeared because he was very, very happy with his worship. He gave him a plate, and then he said that this is the plate which will never run out of food. So anytime when Draupadi cooks anything, and she will have to serve in this plate. And then food, there will be unlimited food in that plate. And then the plate would only be empty when Draupadi eats from that. So once everybody is eaten enough and she eats, then there'll be no more food in the plate. So every day, every meal, she can do that. And for the next so many years, till the time they are into exile, this copper plate would help them. Now Yudhishthira was filled with joy. And then, the sun god again, he rose into sky and adding the prophecy, you will regain your kingdom again. right? So everywhere, if you see Narada to sun god to everybody is talking about, Yudhishthir Maharaj along with Pandavas getting their kingdom again because they know that this is going to happen eventually. Now Yudhishthir was filled with joy. He gave that mystical plate to Draupadi, and she cooked the meal in that, and and then he served to the Brahmins, all the Brahmins who were there, and then she served her husbands as well. So food was enough. The plate keep replenishing the food continuously until Draupadi finally ate it. Yeah, until she ate it, there was enough food. And to her amazement and delight, food was enough, a lot of food. Now finally, they started walking towards the deep forest. That was the plan. They were accompanied by hundreds of Brahmins. Yeah, after they ate, the Pandavas, having received blessings from auspicious rites and Vedic prayers, prepared to continue their journey. Accompanied by hundreds of Brahmins, they ventured deeper into the Kamyaka forest. They set out to the forest, accompanied by hundreds of Brahmins, ready to begin their long period of exile. So this is where the exile starts. And so far, we have seen that the whole process of their journey, or their whole journey, it was all revolving around rishis and everybody making sure that they still follow the right path. They are still pious and spiritual instead of thinking that what has happened to them, right? Instead of working on their anguish or rage or anger or anything of that sort, or humiliation, right? So because they have to stay in the forest for a long period of time, they should stay spiritual. So spiritual, controlling all their anger, and after their exile is over, they go back and fight with Kurus and get their country back, kingdom back. So this was the content from today's class. Mataji, what do you want to do now?
Yeah, my kids can open ask the question. I'll open the break room for the young kids. Okay, Mataji?
Awesome, perfect. Thank you, Mataji. And all the kids who are staying here, any questions, any realization, or anything that you learned from today's class or this
Mataji,
today's?
all kids are muted. When they raise hand, you can ask them to unmute, Mataji. Say ask unmute, so then they will be able to unmute it.
Okay. Some kids have raised hand. I do not know if this is from now or earlier, but let's start. Darsh, do you want to go first? Unmute yourself and share your thoughts. Maybe not. Krishna, I see 9 Krishna. So do you want to go ahead? Mute yourself. Unmute yourself.
Mataji, are you saying ask unmute? If you go there, you press that ask unmute.
I have to ask them to unmute.
Yes, Mataji. There is option called ask to unmute. So then
Okay.
they can unmute.
Okay, kids. So if you still have questions, raise your hands. I've lowered your hands. But Sasvika, do you have any thoughts?
Look, no, look, what forest they went to?
The forest is here. Kamyaka forest.
I was I don't know. Can you explain about the mythic plate?
The plate, the copper plate that's given by sun
Yeah.
god. What is your question about that?
Who gave that?
Sun god?
Oh,
So
so
sun god,
they
right? Because they still need food to eat, right? And they did not have anything. So this plate would serve them food till the time they are in forest, until they go back to Hastinapur. Make sense? Any other question you have on this? Mathili.
I had a question. What does rage mean?
Rage is like anger, right?
Okay.
Anger, vengeance, those kind of feelings. Right? Or violence. I'm just thinking if I can give you exact terms of that. It's an expression of violence, uncontrollable anger. Any other question you have? All right, I see him, 8. Want to go ahead?
So I learned that even Rama went on a 14 exile to the forest. Is it the same forest?
Anybody remembers which forest Lord Rama went to? I don't remember the name of the forest for sure. Anybody remembers? Can type in the chat.
Chat is disabled.
Chat is also disabled. Oh gosh. Okay, let me give you the answer. All right, let's see if I can find an answer for you. It is called Dandaka forest.
So it's not the same?
It's not the same forest.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Any other question? All right, Krishna, 9. Go ahead with your question.
How many Brahmins were there with the Pandavas?
How many Brahmins? Don't have the number. Let's see. It just says Brahmanas.
And there is 1,000 Brahmana, I think, more than 1,000.
It was saying 1,000 Brahmanas he used to serve when he was there at a time. So you're saying, Mataji, 1,000 plus Brahmanas this time too?
Yeah. There is more than 1,000 or something. Exact detail even I don't know. But
Okay.
1,000 or something.
1,000 plus kids. Any other question? Okay. Nehan?
Like, how did the bull have like infinite food? The plate.
So it's a boon, right? And boons work this way. Talk about, let me give you a very simple example of Hiranyakashipu, right? That's the only example comes to my mind, but there are hundreds of examples we can find out. But look at Hiranyakashipu. Why do we think that Hiranyakashipu cannot be killed just like anybody else? Just one sword or just one arrow? Because he had a boon, right? He had a boon that he cannot be killed this way or that way, here or there, all those conditions. So similarly, and you remember, like you would have read so many pastimes about people worshipping. Now there are so many demons also they used to worship, right? At that time. But people worshipping one of the god to get the boon to maybe live longer or get something, maybe some material thing, or maybe get the boon that they should never die, that kind of thing. You would have heard a lot. So this is one of the boon. And if you see here, Yudhishthir, the boon Yudhishthir was asking was so simple that there's nothing materialistic about this, and there's nothing selfish about this. He did not want anything for himself. The only thing he wanted is to feed his family, right? Just get the food for the family. So, and then you know that he did so much of austerities, he did a lot of worship, and that is why we all don't get it today. If I say, oh sun god, please give me something so that I don't have to do this, no, I wouldn't get it, because I know I'm not at that level. Yudhishthir Maharaj was, right? He was a very pure person, very pious person, and he did the austerities, and that is why sun god was so happy with him that he said, okay, I'm going to give you this. So that is why. So it's a boon. In normal way, you can find this kind of, you can find this kind of a vessel or a plate anywhere which could give us this. It is a boon. That is why it was kind of a, what would I say, a blessed kind of a plate. All right, Palvit. Long time, Palvit. What's your question?
Mataji, I had a statement, Mataji.
Mm.
So you said that oh, never mind, Mataji.
All right, Samrat, what's your question?
Mataji, like when Sun God gave the plate to Yudhishthir Maharaj, was Sun God giving the food or was the plate magical?
The plate was magical because it has the blessings from Sun God.
Okay.
So
Thank you.
plate was magical. The plate itself was so magical that, Sun God did not have to interfere with this every day. All right, Isha, what's your question? Isha, you have any question? Okay, Shrestha?
Only Brahmanas or any others people?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear your question. You want to repeat that for me again?
Only Brahmanas or other people?
Only Brahmanas were there in the forest with Pandavas, right? Is that the question?
Yes.
Yeah. It's just Pandavas, Pandava brothers, Draupadi, and the Brahmins. Because it didn't allow the citizens to come with them.
Lakshmi Mataji, just make sure 10,000 disciple he took and come make a forest, okay? Just
All right, there you go. Thank you, Mataji. Tijil.
Are you gonna teach us cooking?
Are we taking cooking? Yeah, that's the next thing. All right, Mahi.
Like why weren't the citizens allowed to come with the Pandavas and all the Brahmins?
Anjana Mataji, do you want to answer that?
What did you say?
Why weren't the citizens allowed to come with the Pandavas?
Because they were not king, and also there was a dice game. Yes, big game was they Yudhishthir Maharaj put everything in the dice. In the dice game is happening, and they have to. There is a kind of game. It is a called gambling. Yes, they were keeping their land. They were keeping their ornaments. Everything they lost in the game, and then that is also one thing they promised to go to the forest in the when they are playing the gambling. They were also, that was if they lost the game, they're supposed to go to the forest. And they lost the game. Yudhishthir lost the game. The game, dice game, will again Mataji will cover tomorrow. In the middle, the 2 chapter, we missed the 2 chapter. Another Mataji will cover tomorrow, the dice games part. Yeah, you go through more detail in tomorrow also, okay? Yeah. Tomorrow again the topic will come. Dice game, and because they lost everything, and even citizen cannot say anything. That's why gambling is very bad. If you go and gamble, you can lose everything. Yudhishthira lost everything. Yes.
Thank you, Mataji. Surya?
So why did the sun god gave the plate? The magical ball.
Sorry, finish your question.
I just finished it.
All right. So it was a boon, right?
Yeah.
So if you remember, Maharaj Yudhishthira did not know how to provide for the family. What is the basic thing we need? Food, right? Food is the most important thing for us, right? And that is what he wanted to provide for the family. He knew they can live in the forest, right? But food
Yes.
is something they still need. And he did not know how to provide for food for his family, for all the Brahmins, or as Mother is saying, the villagers were there, to all of them. How would he provide? There's no way he could provide for so many people. He can get fruits from here and there, roots from here and there, but it cannot provide for everybody for every single meal for the next so many years, right? It's impossible. So that is why he worshipped um, sun god, right? Um, he worshipped sun god because sun god could give this kind of a boon. He has done it in the past also. We talked about that also when that happened. He provided food on the earth, and similarly, he could do it again. So that is why King Yudhishthira worshipped sun god, and he gave this boon to him. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Why this name is very interesting. Yagwi, am I pronouncing it right?
Yes, you are.
Awesome.
Why did you just do a gamble?
Why did I just do what? A game?
Why did you just do a gamble?
Why did they gamble?
Why did he gamble?
Okay, I think we would have talked about this in yesterday or day before yesterday's class, but I'm going to very briefly talk about it, okay? Because we have already talked about it. Now they had to gamble. So Yudhishthir is Dharmaraj Yudhishthir, right? If you know, and he's a Kshatriya too. So Kshatriyas were allowed to gamble at that time, and he was invited by his father figure, who is Dhritarashtra, who is, brother of his father. So he was invited by him, so he cannot refuse. And when Kshatriyas are invited to gamble, they could not refuse. They had to go. So he had to gamble. And moreover, the invitation came from Dhritarashtra. He had no reason to say no. He could not do it. That is it. That was it. That was the reason, actually. All right. Shrishta, what's your question?
No question answer.
The bull they give, but what the bull gonna do?
So bowl is pretty much like a serving bowl, you know? You know how your mom does it? Mom would cook in, say, kadhai or, a yolk or a pan, right? And then after that, we transfer it in a bowl where we serve, right? So it was kind of a serving bowl. So whatever Draupadi would cook and put in the serving bowl, that serving bowl will never run out of food. So it was a serving bowl that was doing the magic. Any other question?
No.
All right. Kabir, you next.
No. Hare Krishna Mataji. I have one question, Mataji. Why does Shreyas have to connect this that no to gambling?
Why Kshatriyas cannot say no to gambling? Okay. So we are in Kali Yuga, right? We can promise something and we can still not do it, right? But that was not Kali Yuga, right? In that time, they would stick to what is expected out of it. I mean, if you look at it, see, a very simple example. Yudhishthir even lost everything in that gamble, right? He could always say, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not, betting more. I'm not betting this or that. He could always say that. If in today's world, if it was me, for example, now, I would say, no, I'm not betting this. I'm not going to lose this, right? I can say all that. But Kshatriyas were very much big into commitment. That was their responsibility. That was their job, right? They had to rule the country, and they had whatever they commit, they promise, they stick to it. So that's what I was explaining earlier. Kshatriyas were allowed to gamble, and this gambling offer came from his father figure. He cannot say no, right? I mean, assume your uncle, your father's brother asks you to do something, it is difficult for you to say no, right? It is. But that time it's not about even being difficult. They would just not say no out of respect to him. So that is why he had to play. Otherwise, it is so against the kind of personality Dharmaraj Yudhishthira was, right? He's the one who's a protector of dharma, right? How could he do that? But he did it because of two reasons. First, he's Kshatriya, and Kshatriyas,
Why?
when are challenged for this, do it.
But why does you like wait, why did allowed to gamble? Because normally that you're not supposed to gamble.
Yeah, you're not supposed to gamble. That's what I'm saying. Nobody's supposed to gamble. Nobody's even allowed to gamble, right? ISKCON says
Yeah.
the same. But Kshatriya was the only community who were allowed to gamble at that time. They were allowed. And if they are challenged, they cannot refuse for it. If they are challenged for fight, you would have seen in a lot of countries, a lot of different, different countries, even Roman. If you look at Roman literature also, right? If the kings are asked to fight with somebody, they cannot say no. You can choose to not fight, right? But they cannot, because that's their position. So they were in the position that time Kshatriyas were allowed to gamble, and today we don't want to gamble. Nobody gambles, because we don't even understand what the gambling was. A very simple medium of entertainment back then, and only Kshatriyas knew what it takes, and that is why they were allowed to gamble, because they knew the limitation. But you know what Duryodhana did, or Dushasana did, or what Shakuni did, what Dhritarashtra did? After that, things have changed. And nobody says we should gamble. Nobody's allowed to gamble. Things have changed now. That time it wasn't that bad. It was just for fun. It's like your any board game. But things have changed now.
Okay, Mataji.
All right, don't think of gambling as what we talk about gambling today. It was not that kind of a gambling at that time. It was pure a board game.
Okay.
Yeah? Awesome. Okay, Adya, what's your question?
When are we gonna start making the thing?
All right, we have 1 more minute. We can go after that, okay?
Okay.
So kids who don't have any more questions, start collecting your stuff for cooking. Any other questions, kids, before we wrap up? I mean, wrap up just this class. We go for cooking now. Looks like no more questions. So kids, I'm going to take 1 minute to grab my stuff and go to the kitchen. Meanwhile, you also grab your stuff, go to the kitchen and start your oven. And I'll see you in just a minute or so.
Yeah, 1 second. I have to ask Binita Matichi to bring the younger kids, okay? Yeah, 1 second. We have to wait.
All right, kids.
Mataji, we have to bring the younger kids also. Just
Let
ask.
me know, Mataji, once they are here. Meanwhile, I'm just going to collect my things. I just need a minute.
Kids, be ready with your items. Yeah.
Kids, just collect your items, keep it ready, start your oven at least.
Kids, here, listen one thing. We missed the 2 chapter. We'll recover tomorrow, okay? In the middle, dice game, everything will go detailed tomorrow also, okay? After Duryodhan part, we missed little bit. We'll go tomorrow also before 2 chapter, 3 chapter. Two chapter we missed. Okay, thank you.
Mataji, do we have everyone?
Yes, Mataji, we close the rooms, Mataji. Slowly everybody's coming and some might have left the class.
Can we start then?
1 second, 2 minutes.
Okay. Thank you.
Everyone is ready. Mataji, we are ready. Everyone is ready. I think there is a question, Pranav. Do you have any?
Mataji,
Yeah.
how many degrees do you have to set it to, Mataji?
350 degrees.
50? 350?
350. Oh, yeah. So we are doing cinnamon rolls today. Oh, wait.
350?
350, 350. I'm just gonna move to, I don't, oh, yeah. Everything is here. If you have any question,
350.
350 degrees. Which is good. I don't know. Mhm. Mataji, I'm gonna wait for you still. Hmm.
Mataji, do we need cake pan or we can use the pizza pan also?
Uh, we can use anything. We can use anything actually.
Yeah, okay.
Anything is fine. We will make about, I think, 5 out of it. I've forgotten how many I make usually. But yeah, about 5 or 6 of these. So anything that takes 5 or 6 of these. I'm just taking a rectangle one.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
One thing, like my mom is sick,
Oh,
so that I will do it in the evening.
oh, do it anytime. We take care of your mom now. Um, measuring cup. पूरा set है ना? Can we start, Mataji? 20 minutes left.
Yes, Mataji.
Start. All right, let's start then. Okay, I rolled this sheet, but I don't need the sheet right now. So we'll come back to this. First of all, let us start preparing the stuffing for the.
Mataji, the seat, what should we do? Seat. No.
Let's leave the sheet. We need the sheet, but not right now. We have to make the mixture first. The
Okay.
filling, basically, this is not the simple one, right? We fill it up with cheese, cream cheese. So let's get the cream cheese. 1 packet of cream cheese. Here's the 1 packet of cream cheese I'm taking. Okay, so I got 1 full packet of cream cheese here.
Mataji, how many cinnamon rolls we need? Yeah, I think somebody is asking a question.
We will make, I think, about 5 cinnamon rolls with this.
Okay.
5 or 6, I think. We make 6.
Can you show me?
Can you pin your screen?
Yeah. Mataji, can not ingredients? Can you
Show myself.
yeah, it would be
Yeah.
very easy.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, perfect. So here,
Show me this one, no? Cinnamon roll. Mataji, it is okay. That's
let us do this. Okay, so let's start. We got 1 full packet of, which is 8 ounce of, oh, sorry, you can see. All right, now we see. Okay, we got 8 ounce of
got
cream cheese here. In this, we're gonna add a couple of things. We're gonna add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Okay, so 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Just take it like that. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and we want to add 1/4 cup of granulated sugar, right? So 1/4 cup. And if you like it more sweet, you can add more sweet. Like less sweet, you can do less sweet. But I do not like it very sweet, so 1/4 cup is all I would do. I don't like it too sweet, so 1/4 cup is more than enough for me. So 1/4 cup of sugar. Okay, and then we want to add 2 teaspoons of cinnamon powder. Now, I really like strong cinnamon flavor, so I'm going to add more than. So I'm not even going to measure because I really like a lot of cinnamon, so I'm just going to go with a lot because I like it a lot. So maybe I did 2 or 3 tablespoons. Okay, after doing all this, what we need to do is we need to blend this. Okay, so I'm going to use this standard hand blender.
Mataji, can you see this? I have 2.
Yeah, you can use that too, Mataji.
Sorry,
And then you don't have to make, you can start with 1, Mataji, use 1 roll. And then if you have mixture left, you can use the mixture later on and make more. Okay.
Yes, Krishna, do you have a question? Krishna?
Whatever.
Can we bake this like later?
Yes.
Okay, let's add
You can take it anytime.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. So I'm going to just mix all this. Okay. It's going to be a little noisy. So I'm going to go on mute now.
Good. Mataji, do we add the cream cheese in?
Yes, cream cheese, all the ingredients for the stuffing. So cream cheese, cinnamon powder, vanilla essence, and sugar. And just mix it. Mix everything together.
Mataji, unmute. Mataji,
Yes.
Okay.
can you send the recipe in the group?
Yeah, recipe will be shared in the group.
Okay, thank you, Mataji.
Yeah. Mataji is one of the Matajis. Can you please paste the recipe in the chat or somewhere so that kids can see?
Rita Mataji, can you share Mataji's recipe in the chat?
Yes, Mataji, I'm doing that.
Huh? Oh, thank you, Mataji. कर देगा मतलब सारा बंदा था सब Oops. All right, so I am actually done with this. It pretty much looks like this, you see, like this. Now we have to pipe this, right? So I did not plan for the piping bag, so I'm gonna just use it as a block. All right, so since I said I did not plan for the piping bag, I'm just gonna use it as a block. Now we are going to fill this mixture in our, in our cinnamon rolls. What happened?
It's no whiteboard. Yeah, for now, Srinidhi, do you have any questions? No whiteboard, kids.
Ma, I just finished whisking the
Jamaat. No whiteboard, kids.
Is mine supposed to look like this?
All right, kids, I have filled this with the thing that I need. This with the stuffing. Okay. Now, the next thing what we're going to do is I'm going to keep this aside for a moment and we're going to work on our sheet. Okay. We don't want to make it very thin. Okay. I'm not going to make it thin. This is thin enough for us. We're not going to make it thin. I'm just going to little bit spread it out. You see what I'm doing? Because it's rolled, it's uneven. So I'm just going to slightly move my rolling pin on this. Slightly. Okay. So see, I did not stretch it further. It's same. All right. Once this is done, the next thing what we're going to do is two things you can do. Okay. One is that you start filling it and rolling it, or you can cut it into 5. So for example, oh, I have to get my knife. Hold on. Okay. Or you just do 5 here and make 5 of these. One of the thing, whatever works for you. But if you think you do not know, then you can fill it up first. So let me show you how we can do this. Okay, so we don't need a very thin one. I wanted a little thick mouth, so you can see, right? So let me show you how we do it. So I'm gonna fill here. Okay, so that's how you fill. Once you filled, what you can do is you can roll this. Okay, like this. And if you need more stuffing, you can fill more. It's totally up to you. You can make little big ones. So look at this. Okay, so I think this is good for me, right? If I think this is good for me, I'm just going to cut it from here. All right, and this one I cut, right? So, all right, so this is the one I cut, okay? Now what we're going to do is, we're going to roll it, okay? We're going to roll it like this. And then I really want to cover the edge as well, right? So that the stuffing doesn't come out. So I'm going to just do this and then do this like that. And you see? Good. Wheel is created. Now this is what I'm going to bake. So I'm going to just put it in the tray that I'm going to use. Okay. So you can do this. Either you cut it or you roll it and cut it. Just purely up to you. Now I am going to make 4 out of it. So I'm just going to cut it now so that my proportions don't mess up. All right. That's all. Now only thing I have to do is now fill. And so let's start. I'm going to start from here again. Oops. All right. So you see, I filled everything. Now, only thing I gotta do is start rolling it, okay? So I'm gonna start from here, the last one, so that's easier for me to roll. So that's exactly what you have to do for all. Just do everything, roll all of it like this. All right, so kids, once you are done with this, put all this in the oven. Okay? All right. I'm gonna finish rest all as well before I put everything in the oven. And then once this goes in the oven, we will quickly, what's the time? We can quickly make the frosting. Kids, any questions? You're doing good? Everybody's doing okay?
Perfect. We are also making, I think Sasivan has a question. Sasivan, you want to go?
Yeah. Can we put toppings on the stuffing on the top?
This stuffing, I wouldn't say on the top, but you can use different kind of sprinkles and whatnot on the top. So it's pretty much like a cinnamon roll, but this is a stuffed cinnamon roll. So this stuffing goes inside only.
Okay.
Well, you can try putting it, you can be creative and try putting it on the top, but I really like it inside, so I do it inside. But try, really, tell me how it is. I would like to know.
My, do you have a
Yes.
question? Yes.
Oh, how long are we supposed to keep it in the oven?
In the oven, let me look at the recipe. I can't remember right now. I have to see the recipe. Give me a minute.
Mataji, I think it's 35 through 40 minutes.
35 or 40 minutes?
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. 35 to 40 minutes. And then you have to see how it's looking, right? If it start looking slightly brown, take it out. You don't want to burn it. Okay, you don't want to burn it. So when you see it, because we just have to bake this sheet, right? Rest everything inside, you don't need to bake. So when it starts looking a little brown, just take it out. Don't overbake. So I would say start with about 20 minutes and then see if it is baked. And then if I'm doing these individuals, if you want all these 5, you can even join together and make a big one. So you can make in those, small pizza pans or something like that.
Do you have questions, Rashtra?
I'm little bit done at that part like this.
Whatever what?
I'm done the part like this.
Oh, that looks good. Give me a second. Okay, let's see. Yeah, show me now.
I'm a little bit done.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute. Now this goes in the oven. So I can also show you how mine look. Um, that's how mine looks. Okay. And I'm going to put this in the oven. Now it will go in the oven and then we will start making our frosting. Okay. So let's start with 20 minutes.
Okay, Vishnu, do you have any question? Vishnu, I'll unmute you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Preheating.
What's that white thingy?
Give me 1 second. I need some of this stuff. So I'll be back.
Vishnu, do you have anything?
What's the white stuff on top?
Matic is making that frosty is making. Isa is there. Isa, do you have any question? Dr. Anvita Gopisti Madhiji, do you have any question? Madhav, do you have any question?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, Madhiji.
Actually, I am Anvita's mother. So actually, she has another class. She can attend that class. Can you share this video? Actually, she's asking. She's very interested to making cinnamon rolls.
Yeah.
She don't know the recipe. She's asking. I want to ask them, Mataji. She told like that.
Mataji, the video will also come in the evening. Mataji will put and then recipe also.
Okay. Thank you.
Are you in the group? Yes, summer camp group.
Yeah, summer camp group. Yeah.
There will come. Yes, there will come. Madam, go ahead, madam.
So which brand is the cream cheese?
We usually use that. Philadelphia ones we use it at home. Mataji, do you also use same thing? Philadelphia cream? That's me, Lila Priya Mataji. We use.
Yes, it is Philadelphia cheese.
Mm.
I actually right now I have Kirkland.
Oh, Kirkland. Okay, we use the Philadelphia. Mostly I use same brand.
Yeah, this is what I'm using.
Okay.
All right, so let's start making the frosting now. I know we're running out of time, so let's do the frosting quickly. We can assemble everything later on and then share, okay? So for frosting, I said we need 1/4 cup of the glaze, 1/4 cup of sugar, 1/4 cup of milk, and 8-ounce cream cheese. So let's start. So my cream cheese is right here. I'm going to go with this. Okay, I'm going to put the cream cheese here right now.
Cream cheese, how much for glaze? How much we need?
I'm taking the whole 8-ounce.
Okay.
But you can do little Mataji. I really like cream cheese, so I use a lot. I'm using the entire thing. Because I know I'll use up the whole thing. You can take half of it if you want little glaze. Okay, so we do this 1/4 cup of milk and 1/4 cup of powdered sugar. So,
Tizal, do you have any question, Tizal?
what, Mataji?
I'm asking Tizal is raising a hand, Mataji.
Oh, okay. So 1/4 cup of sugar. My sugar is done, and I'm going to quickly get the milk.
Rizal, do you have any question? Krishna, do you have any question?
Can we leave now?
Yes, if you are not cooking, you can leave, okay? Damodar, Gaurangi, do you have any question? Mataji, we also have to this one, grind also, what we call that?
We have to blend. Sorry, I was opening my fridge. So, okay. So I got milk and everything. I'll add a little bit of essence also, I think, for the flavor. And then we're done. We just have to blend all this together, which I'm going to start now. I'm going to go on mute for that.
Mataji, is milk also is there? Do you need milk, Mataji?
What milk?
What is the recipe of this glaze? Can you tell me one more
There's
time?
glaze is powdered sugar, milk, and cream cheese, and vanilla essence is optional.
How much milk?
Milk, same 1/4. It's in the recipe. I think 1/4 cup. Yeah, 1/4 cup of milk. I'm going to go mute. All right, so I'm done with this, and this is how mine looks like. So you can see how it is. Like that.
Mataji, our color is different now. It's coming cinnamon also we put our top.
We put cinnamon also, that's fine too. I mean, it's just it's pretty much cinnamon thing, so it's okay. You can add a lot of cinnamon. As much as you want. So this is it. Now, the only thing that I have to do is, once they are out of the oven, right? We'll let it cool a little bit, and then we do the glaze. And that's it. Then we offer it to Krishna and eat. How about that? Yes, we eat. All right. So any questions, kids? There's some raised hands, Mataji. Do they have questions?
We already did, Mataji. Anybody new questions are there? Yes, Reshta has, Mataji. Reshta.
Shrishta, yes, what's the question? I think I have to, let me just do Shrishta. Okay, yeah, you can unmute yourself.
Mataji, how long did you keep it in the oven again?
So oven, I'm starting with 25 minutes. And then after 25 minutes, I'm going to go check if it is cooked or not. The only thing, again, remember, only thing we are cooking is the outer shell, right? the maida wali shell. So that's all we're cooking. So if you see that is cooked, it start looking flaky and little golden brown. That's all we have to do. We don't
Okay.
have to overbake.
And if
But if
it
it's not
doesn't,
done, cook for more. Yeah.
okay.
Everybody's oven is different, right? Okay.
Dasi1 is
Tashivan,
Dasi1.
How many degrees?
how many what? Sorry.
Degrees.
How many degrees? 350.
350?
350 degrees.
Okay.
Start with 25 minutes and then see when it is cooked. You keep extending the time.
Okay.
Neil, Isha.
So can you send the thing in the group?
The recipe is already shared in the chat.
Okay.
It will be shared in the group as well.
Group also Mataji already sent.
Already sent? No? Yeah. So already sent. Group also should have the information. Any other questions, kids, before we wrap up?
Anybody want this lasagna?
Mataji, looks like there are no more questions. We can wrap up once we are done, working on it, we can share.
I'll take a picture of this. Everyone is cooking. You open your video, please, before we end the call.
And kids, just do this once you're done. Once your baking is done, wait for some time because the moment you put the glaze, it will melt, right? Because it's hot. So let your things sit for about 10 minutes, at least 10-15 minutes, and then put the glaze on. And then offer it to Krishna. Send the picture to the group, how it looks like, and then eat. Don't eat before sending the picture. I want to see how it looks like. Right? And then we all are going to eat together after we post the picture. Okay, everybody turn your cameras on if you're baking it.
You can end the call. Thank you, Mataji.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, kids. It was fun. I enjoyed this class with you, and I'll see you again soon. Hare Krishna.